Well, hello. Okay, it's October 1st. And if you follow me on Instagram and on here, you know for a fact that there's one thing I love. It's black cats. And I've always loved black cats. And so, in case you're wondering, are you a witch? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, yeah. So, growing up, there was this spirit entity, whatever you want to call it, that used to follow my dad around. Now, when my dad got out of the army, he moved into this lady's house. He rented a room for her. And, the dude killed himself in the house, which is why the lady was renting rooms out, okay? Well, her husband really didn't like the idea that she was renting rooms out. Well, anyway, so this guy has followed my dad around for years. And he used to cover my sister and I up. And my mom would yell at my dad, "Stop covering up the babies. They're getting too hot." And my dad's like, "I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it." And it was him. So my mom asked him to please stop covering us up, that we were fine. He used to pace. We could hear him in the attic pacing. And in my parents' attic, it was nothing but insulation. So we'd hear him pacing, and my dad would always say, "Go to bed. Just go to bed already." So yeah, it's I come from a long history of that. And my mom's favorite thing is postmortem photography. She has pictures of every dead relative. It blows my mind. And there's a whole world out there of postmortem photography that you don't even want to dig into. But if you do want to dig into it, go to Pinterest and look up postmortem photography. Now, one of my things is graveyards. I love graveyards. Okay, and I actually, right back there. It's not on my property. It's on the property across the street from me. There's an abandoned Indian graveyard. And the guy will let you come look at it. I mean, he don't care. He's tried to get whatever nation it is to come out and take care of it. They don't do it. He lets his mules walk on the graves. I mean, it's really creepy. That is creepy. And I live on an ancient, not an ancient, it's a Civil War battle site. And so there's a lot of shit that goes on up here. So a few things that I do, and this is just me, a few things that I do to help keep my bad spirits, bad juju, whatever you want to call it, away, is I put salt down in front of my doors, okay? And when someone with bad energy walks over it, the salt catches it. And I change that out about every week. Because, sometimes if somebody's really got some energy going on that I can feel, I'm like, I better change that salt line again real quick. Now, I've got a girlfriend here in Tulsa, or down there in Tulsa, who practices hoodoo. Now, she does some shit I ain't never seen before. I was like, She comes over one day, and she walks right into my kitchen, and she says, "Girl, I got some bad juju stuck to me." And I went and I ran to my bedroom, and I grabbed my Florida water. Y'all see that? Get you some Florida water. I was sprinkling it on her. I'm like, "This bad juju, it needs to leave. Get the hell out of my house. Leave her alone." And it's interesting because I've only been able to find this at one store locally. And when I asked for it, it was behind the counter. It wasn't even out on display. And I happened to ask the lady, I said, "Do you have Florida water?" And she kind of looked at me. She's like, "Yeah, I do." And she started asking me what was going on at my house and, blah, blah, blah. So if you're looking to, keep bad juju out of your house. Now, I know somebody up in Kansas, they have access to holy water, so she uses that. So get you some Florida water or some holy water, and you know, you can cleanse your doorsteps with it, your door frames, people, if they're bringing bad energy in. Yeah, get rid of that. So here's my big witchy tip for the day, is make sure whoever comes into your house has a clean energy field. Don't let them bring something in and then leave it behind when they leave, because you don't want that. I had that happen to me one time, and I had to go through in Florida water and sage my entire house, and that was a huge process, and I couldn't figure out what it was attached to, and it was a process. So y'all, protect your house, okay, and protect your energy field. Get some Florida water, get some holy water, do whatever you gotta do to keep your energy field clean. So there's that. I don't have an issue with bad jujus. I've got one guy that lives here, and I told him he could stay as long as he was good. And he's a hider. He likes to hide shit. Yeah. I named him John. I don't know what his name is. And I've only seen him a handful of times, and he's some type of soldier. And it's a Civil War uniform that he's in, so I know he's probably left here from the battle that happened right where I live. Yeah, I'm living on a battlefield, guys. And his name is John, and he's really cool, and I told him he could stay as long as he didn't, you know, harm anyone. And he shows up at random times in my life, and I've kind of figured out the pattern as to when I can actually see him. But he's friendly, and he's fun. And one day I kept closing the fridge, and it kept flying back open. I closed the fridge, and fly back. I'm like, John, stop! And I closed it, and it never opened again. And you can just hear like a sigh, like, fine. So he's real playful. So I don't think he was very old when he died. Either that, or I know they like electronics. And he probably is, you know, like in the fridge that day. So I let him stay because he's kind of fun. And I'll talk to him every once in a while, and I'll smell men's cologne, and I'm like, hi, John, what are you doing? So he can stay. The rest of them, no, I don't think so. They need to go. They need to go. So there's my witchy tip for the month. Well, for this week, since it's Halloween, I'll probably do a lot more witchy tips. But make sure you protect your energy field, okay? Don't let people with bad energy, I don't want to say don't let anybody in your house, but you need to protect your energy field. And you don't want people bringing in bad energy. And, you know, whether you, quote unquote, believe in witchiness or not, the thing is that everybody has energy, and if you ever notice somebody that's always having a bad day, or is always, you know, you just don't want to talk to them, or you feel so drained after talking to them, like, oh my God, I need to take up smoking. Yeah, that's them draining your energy. So, you know, you need to keep your circle small and positive. All right, guys, it's time to get back to taking care of all the stuff I got to take care of around here. And I will be back with more witchy tips for everybody. And if you have any questions or ideas or suggestions, or you want to know, you know, what I do for a certain thing, just ask me. I'll tell you. And I'm also over on Instagram under the same name. I don't think I need to put a link in there. You can find me. You can use the internet. You can use Instagram. And don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe and the bell icon. You won't get notified when I post a video if you don't hit the bell icon anymore. So make sure you hit that bell icon, and let me know what's going on out there, guys. All right. Bye, everyone.